Did you call this Gina?
And we are back. Project Arrowhead with Jim and Gina on this Tuesday afternoon.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Gina jumped the gun a little bit there during the intro.
I did. I got a little bit excited and a little bit offended.
Project Arrowhead brought to you by the Mohegan Sun's Big Three, Lansdowne, Avalon Nightclub, and the Vista Lounge. Visit Mohegan Sun in Southeast Connecticut, the Lansdowne Pub, Avalon Nightclub, and the Vista Lounge. So what do you mean you got offended?
I was a little bit offended. I was like, this. First of all, I wasn't offended for me. I was offended because the show's about the Mandela effect. It's not all about me ranting. That is what Gina's Corner is for.
Right. Well, it's going to be quite the Gina's Corner. I'm just going to, I'm going to put my sunglasses on. I'm going to kick back. I'm going to take a nap.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
See?
So, well, first of all, let's address the fact that I wore my Jurassic Park shirt today. I wore that because what comes out Friday?
It would be Jurassic World.
I'm so excited. My parents are taking me to see it on Saturday, and I am looking forward to it so much. So, in honor of it coming out on Friday, since our shows are on Tuesday, I wore my shirt.
Oh, outstanding.
I know, and I will be wearing it to the movies, too, of course, because...
You're going to wash it first, right?
Nah.
Okay.
Thought I'd let it smell. Because, it's a really hot day out here.
Let it fester.
Yeah. I'll even put in, like, a Ziploc bag. Put it next to the oven. So, like, when I'm cooking dinner, it can just, like, steam up. And, yeah. That's disgusting.
God.
All right. So, we're going to do Gina's Corner first. Because I wanted...
Well, as soon as Keith gets this on my page so people can start watching...
What? Keith?
Can I have my phone?
No. You mean this phone?
Yes,
Yes, here.
It's going up, Jim. Hold on.
All right, so I'll distract us. Did you know? Let me see. Oh, did you know that our caller Sarah came up here this weekend?
Facebook.
Keith,
I did.
did you know our caller Sarah that calls in every week?
Yeah.
She came up here this weekend. She spent the whole weekend with me. She was up here.
Oh, those were those pictures.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, did you get it on there yet? Oh, nice.
No, you didn't. I took notes again. Remember last week I winged it? I didn't like that, so I'm back.
You know what? I was...
For people that are watching.
This is so funny. I was talking about this at work with one of the guys that was coming in. And I'm like, yeah, this week's show's on the Mandela effect. He goes, oh, you mean like if they build it, they will come? I was like, huh? He goes, yeah. They say if you build it, they will come. I'm like, okay. He says, but it really is if you build it, he will come. I was like, yeah.
That is
Bingo.
it. Yes. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, they're paying attention. I was very impressed.
That's awesome.
Tell everybody what the Mandela effect is.
Okay. So I wrote down the definition because it's kind of long and there are different views on it. So the Mandela effect is the pseudoscientific belief that some differences between one's memories and the real world are caused by changes to past events in the timeline. So basically, if somebody time travels, many believe it's caused by accidental travel between alternative universes, although some believers propose that history has been deliberately altered after the fact by malicious extra-dimensional beings within the same timeline.
It's easy for you to say.
Not really. It's also called false memory. It was named after Nelson Mandela because there was a big, huge... it was one of the biggest effects of false memory that kind of sparked this whole thing because some believed he actually died in prison in the 1980s, but he really died in 2013. So a lot of people remember him dying and actually, seeing it on the news and everything, and then fast forward to him. I guess he did an appearance in a foreign country and everybody was shocked. So then it started sparking people to think about those things, and there are so many of them. I have quite the list that we are going to talk about and explore because when someone introduced this to me, there were little things here and there that I'm like, yeah, people can get that confused. People can be thinking one thing or there could be a slight alteration, but there are some things that I have witnessed and seen myself and done myself that was never actually the case. And it blew my mind. And I spent hours watching videos on the Mandela effect and reading on them. And it's quite crazy.
You made me watch Snow White.
I did?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Although, well, let me rephrase that. You made me fast forward through Snow White to the one part of the movie.
The whole movie's good. I'm a Disney person, so this summer I'm going down to Disney. But listen, say it.
That's what she said.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. That's why I added to Disney. Ha ha ha.
We will get back to that later.
We will. You're right. And so what'd you learn?
She says magic mirror on
Does
the wall.
she? Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. That was one of the Mandela effects, was a lot of people believed she said, mirror, mirror on the wall. And that's what, as a kid, that's what I always said, was mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read that
thought that's what it was.
And I have those big, multiple story books, they're Disney edition, and they have the gold, running on the page.
Yep.
Well, we have one that's a Disney Princess edition. And it was printed years ago, and Snow White's in there. So when I read that one, I didn't believe it, so I ran upstairs to my daughter's room and grabbed her book and opened it up, and I swear on everything it says in the book, magic mirror. And my mind was, pew, because that is not how I ever, even as a kid, remembered it. So it's quite nuts. And Sarah said, LMAO.
What's up, Sarah?
Hi, Sarah. Oh, she's really, really tired but she still made time to listen.
Sarah, did you make it down to Florida?
She did. She did make it down to Florida. Yeah, it is. She did.
We're going to hell.
I know we are. This is true. Not even upset about it.
We are going to hell. Straight to hell. Not even, do not collect $200.
Do not pass go. Right. In a handbasket. That is so funny. So did he get it up on your page?
I don't think he's gotten it up in a long time.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. This is going to be such
I warned you guys in advance. This show is going to be one for the ages. If there's any toddlers in the room or little children,
move them.
You might want to put them in the room.
Earmuffs, those soundproof headphones. Just put on Snow White for them or something. Mm-hmm. So, did you do research on the Mandela effect? Did you find one that was your absolute favorite?
I don't know about favorite, but I did research. I looked at the top 25, and there were a few of them in there that I was mandoozled, I guess you'd call it.
Yes.
We Are the Champions.
that one was nuts. I know we touched a little bit on this. That's what sparked the show, was last week when we were doing our show. I had brought this up. But isn't that nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how even any sporting events, like when I went to in high school, the whole entire bleachers would yell of the world. So if anybody who doesn't know that, the song We Are the Champions, who sings it? Queen. Okay, so there obviously is a very popular song that most people should know. It came out, I think, way before I was born. But I still know it. But I thought I knew it, actually. Let me take that back. I thought I knew it. So at the end of the song, it says, "We are the champions." And most people chant "of the world." And like I said, at sporting events, that's what we would chant. It was just something that we thought went. They actually never say that. So people are remembering them saying it, and they're not. So that was one that we had looked up last week. And Jim actually Googled the lyrics, and they're not in there. He tried to trick me and say that they were, but they weren't. So,
because I am not always right.
No,
but I am never wrong.
Oh, I'm always right.
Yeah,
even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
I'm always wrong.
So, all right. So let's go through my list because it was actually there are some that obviously I already knew, but there are also some that.
Hey, wait! Before you hit the list, I did tell you I thought it was fascinating that we have become celebrities at CVS.
Oh my goodness! Yes, guys, I work at CVS Pharmacy, and apparently he texted me yesterday because I didn't work, and he told me that we were celebrities. So, do you know who you were talking to?
It was a young girl. Said she's known you for a long time.
Did she have dark black hair, like long or curly?
I don't think it was long. I think it was like dirty blonde.
Oh, Courtney.
Yes, I think that's who it was. Yeah.
Actually, I have known her for a long time. In high school, she was one of my sister's best friends, and I'd always go to their softball games and stuff. So Courtney and I have known each other for a really long time. Now we're both moms, but yeah.
Courtney, if you're listening, thank you.
I know. Thank you.
That was pretty cool to hear when I go to pick up my pills.
I know. It's always nice to hear that people are actually, listening to us. I actually had somebody friend request me and message me and say that he had heard me on our radio station and just wanted to tell me that, we do a really good job. We work really well together. And it seems like this is like something just so natural to us.
Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. I need to issue an apology. Apparently a comment I made on last week's show offended somebody. And it was not my intention. It was taken well out of context, but I do apologize. Now suck it up, Buttercup.
I know, had to add that in there. We just get super carried away, and sometimes we just don't really realize in the moment what we're saying could affect somebody.
Are we allowed to say vagina on the radio?
Now we are.
No, you just said it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's fine. So. I hope it's not an issue because that's just, I'm sorry, that's a word.
I really don't think it's an issue.
It's a female anatomy, so it's fine. Yeah, we don't really think about what we're saying when we say it. And I mean, if you're like me and I say something that offends somebody, unless you're like super, super close to me. So if you're my mother, then I'll care. If you're not my mother, then I don't care. I don't really watch my mouth a lot of the times. And I usually end up saying something that people are offended by. Like, for example, I just shared, like, maybe an hour ago.
So if you guys keep on offending people, who's going to bail us out of Facebook jail?
Me. Sarah will.
Sarah will.
It's fine.
We're all going to get
Sarah will
locked
do
up.
it from Florida.
Oh, my goodness. So I shared something on my personal Facebook page about drug addiction isn't a disease, and that's how I'll always feel about it. And it was just a reshare, but it offends people, and that's my personal opinion, and I think that if people don't like it, then they don't have to.
That it is or isn't?
That it isn't a disease.
No, you know what I think? And I mean, it's just my personal opinion. You make that conscious decision to put it in your arm in the first place.
Right.
Okay, that's not a disease. That's stupidity.
Correct.
So.
But some people will argue that with you.
Wait. my really good friend Abby made a really good point. And, someone had said, well, people who become addicted to pain medication don't do it on purpose. It's just something that happens on accident. But that is not 100% true. I'm going to say it's not even 1,000% true at that point, because the way Abby put it, I'll read it to you. I actually have it in front of me. So she said, if you are prescribed pain pills, it is your responsibility to ask a doctor, nurse, pharmacy, or good old Google if that's like a last resort. Side note, as a pharmacy technician, I do not recommend consulting Google unless it's like the middle of the night and you don't have anybody to call. The side effects to it, you can always look up the side effects to a drug. Painkillers just happen to be addictive, just like any other, mind-altering pill on the market. But if you're prescribed them, then it's your job to take them as prescribed. And most times, doctors will put PRN on them, and in pharmacy lingo, that means
as needed.
As needed. She also said that people need to learn how to deal with pain sometimes. Some women give birth with no medication, and she knows there are circumstances where pain is unbearable, and if you have the meds, then why not? But if you see yourself taking them without needing them, you may have a problem. She says she doesn't buy the whole people not knowing they're addicted stuff. If you buy a coffee every day, you're addicted. Addiction isn't rocket science.
Shit.
I know. You're either addicted to something or you're not. And
is there a CA?
I know. Coffee Anonymous. And I completely agree with that. Is you consciously know that your body's relying on those medications, yet you choose to still take them anyway, knowing that you're addicted to them rather than seeking help, which that can happen to anybody. Anybody could be in a car accident, like you broke your neck, like you had neck surgery. You could easily become addicted to it, but you take them as you need them. You don't take them 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day when it says 1 or 2. And we see it all the time at the pharmacy. People come in and they'll go to different hospitals or different outpatient centers just to try and get more pain medications, and then we'll look us in the eye and say, I don't have a problem. It sucks, but I agree with Abby that regardless of if it's a drug that you shoot up, smoke, snort, or pop, you're making that choice, and it's not a disease. So I shared that, and not everybody was as on board with it, but like I said, I don't really care if I offend somebody, because that's just my personal opinion. I've seen enough of abuse with prescription drugs as well as recreational drugs to just be like, I don't need that negativity in my life. Goodbye.
Yep. Once again, Project Arrowhead brought to you by the Mohegan Sun's Big Three.
And Gina's Corner. The Lansdowne Pub, Avalon Nightclub, and Vista Lounge. If you're heading over to Avalon or Vista, stop by, ask for Chris, and he will hook you up. Hook us up with what? I'm asking.
Whatever you need.
Oh.
Chris is the man.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever met Chris.
Ask for Chris Cody if you go to Vista or Avalon. I know he's there. He's at Avalon on Friday and Saturdays. I'm not sure what days he's at Vista. But just ask for Chris.
Amber
Chris.
Amber and I are going out Friday and Saturday.
Are you? You know Chris, right?
No. What does he look like? Is he tall and skinny?
No, that's Brian. Billy. You know Bill?
No. Does he have nice eyes?
Really? You're asking me if Bill has nice eyes? How in the... I'm not looking at his eyes. All right. You know...
What are you looking at? That's what she said.
Wow. Wow. Okay. You know Jeff, right?
Yes. I know all the J's. Jeff, Josh, Joe.
Okay. By the Josh said hi.
Jesse. Oh, we did? Oh, hi, Josh.
Dun,
dun, dun.
He's a host. You trust me. If you saw Chris, you know him.
So when I come... You're going to be there Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So when
you may not want to go to the casino this weekend.
I'm going. This is my first night out in a month. I'm going. I'll fight people.
Well, wherever you're going, make sure you plan on getting there like an hour early, because it's Barrett Jackson, and parking is going to be very limited.
I'll walk. I live 2 seconds down from the casino.
True.
At least I can't get in a drunk driving accident.
I'll just pick you up when I go to work. I'll be like, hey, go ahead, get drunk. Well, I'll bring you home when we're done.
I'll bring you home when the club's closed.
I'm babysitting Gina tonight.
I'm just over there. I'm babysitting. It's fine. Yes.
Well, if you guys show up, you better stop over and say,
Duh. And then you have to point out who Chris is.
Yeah, I'll bring it right over to Chris. I know you know Chris.
And I want to see Billy, too, because I want to know if that's a guy with the nice eyes.
Oh, my God. Here, I'll show you a picture of Chris and Billy.
Yes. All right, well, while you're doing that, we're going to discuss Gina's Corner for a second, because this is pertinent.
No.
This is pertinent.
No. Go with your freaking
Are you going to pay attention to my list?
I am paying attention to your list after you find
you're
whoever's
looking at
got
boys.
nice eyes.
But you're looking at men.
No, you are.
I am not looking at a list. For those of you watching us.
Yeah, she's not looking at the list.
All right, I'm going to go down this list and you can tell me what your remembrance of all of these are. So, the Berenstain Bears. Popular childhood bear family.
You know what? I thought that was ridiculous, honestly.
Why?
Just because people misspell it.
But it's not just how we spell. Who's that? Billy?
That's Chris.
That's good.
But Chris and Bill look alike because they're brothers.
Oh. I was going to say, wait, no, that's the one with the nice eye. No, I want to see the other one.
So Chris and Bill both have nice eyes. Okay.
Maybe.
Hey, Chris is listening. What's
no,
up,
he's
buddy?
not.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
You're lying.
I am not.
Yeah, you are. I don't see it. It does not say is watching.
Is he on your page or is he on my page?
He's on the Project Arrowhead feed. Don't do that to me.
You want to bet me?
No, not really. Let me just see him. I'll tell you if it's... I can't do this. Let me see. This is so funny. Yes! Oh my God, Hottie McHotPants.
Okay, so we've determined that Bill and Chris are the two hottest people in the casino.
No. Who's that one? He's hotter.
Sorry, Chris. That's Bill.
Oh, sorry, Chris. Sorry.
But Chris is married. Chris has a wonderful family.
So I chose the right one.
So yeah, you chose the single one.
Woohoo! What do I win?
Today, Gina, you win nothing.
Well, is Chris really watching?
Yes.
Oh, well, at least it's not Bill. Oh, but he's probably going to tell him. God. They both work at the casino?
Yeah.
They're both bouncers?
No.
What are they?
I just told you they're managers. And...
Oh, yeah, but they wear suits.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
Yes.
I feel like if something got out of hand,
I'm a bouncer. I wear a suit. We all wear suits.
Yeah, but that's why I don't know the difference. Is I feel like if something got out of hand, he could whoop some butt.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. Every time Amber and I are there, he smiles at us. I'm like, hi. Or maybe it's both of them. I don't know. What if it's both of them and I don't know the difference? They don't wear name tags. Wow. Oh my God. Plot twist. It's really Chris. All right, moving along to our list. We can't talk about this any longer. Okay. So, yeah, so Berenstain Bears is really Berenstain Bears. That's how it's supposed to be pronounced. People have always thought it was Berenstein with an E-I-N. What?
Nothing. The former fire marshal's laughing at you. What's up, Ray?
Hi, Ray. But it's actually Berenstain, S-T-A-I-N, and that one really made me angry because I always remembered it as E-I-N, and it's not.
But see, that's just... I don't think that fits in the same category as the rest of them because that's just people misspelling it.
Yeah, and pronouncing it.
I mean, they spell Frankenstein wrong.
True.
You know, they get the I and the E mixed up.
Yeah, but... Oh, I guess. All right, so anyway, so I guess the next one is more of one.
Okay.
So when I was little... My grandmother used to always ask me if I wanted a Jiffy sandwich, which was a peanut butter sandwich for the Jiffy peanut butter. But it's not Jiffy. It's never been Jiffy. It's never had a name change to Jif. It's just always been Jif peanut butter.
This is correct.
But when I was little, we were always referred to it as Jiffy. Mm-hmm. So why? Isn't that weird?
That one, I think, is because...
Oh, we're going to try and debunk all of these.
You have Jiffy Pop, and Jif Peanut Butter, and Jiffy. I'm just.
We also have Jiffy Lube.
Right? I just pulled that one out of my ass. I don't think
she said. To both, the Jiffy Lube and pulling it out of your ass.
Oh, this is going to be a long show. Mm-hmm. I don't think they had Jiffy Lube back then. Or did they?
I don't know how old it is. I can Google it.
Oh, no, because you were little. You said it was when you were little, so that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Jiffy Lube established.
Yeah, it was around.
That's what I Googled. And it says it was in 1971.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess it could be. When was Jif peanut butter? I feel like that's been along a lot.
Jif peanut butter has been around a long time.
I feel like, yeah, because you can see, if you go into the Hallmark store, they have these little books on this day in the and then they'll list off a year. And you can buy these little books for memorabilia.
Yep.
And there are so many old Jiffy Lube peanut butter bottles, and like you can see the labels change. Actually, it looks like it was created in 1955.
Well, you know what? There's Skippy peanut butter.
Maybe they're putting the Skippy Jiffy.
Yeah?
Well, I don't ever remember anybody calling it Skip, so. Does anybody want a Skip sandwich?
God. We're going to debunk all of these.
Yes, we are. Did you know there's 15 different kinds of Jif peanut butter?
No.
All right, cool. There's creamy, crunchy, only as to-go packs. Extra crunchy, simply Jif, which is low sodium and sugar, and it's creamy. Reduced fat, omega-3, natural creamy, natural honey creamy, natural crunchy, natural honey crunchy, whipped creamy, whipped chocolate and peanut butter, cinnamon, maple, and chocolate silk. Don't know why we need all those, but it's fine.
Where is Dennis Leary when we need him?
I don't know who that is, but next.
Well, you don't know who Dennis Leary is?
No.
Oh my God.
Is he
the comedian?
Somebody who lists off lists?
He does a whole skit on coffee. He just
I know who he is. I just Googled his face.
Yeah, he wants a coffee-flavored coffee.
Oh my God. So United FM Radio Rock and Metal is a little bit off because all they said was call in and join the Keith. So the next one on the list is the Monopoly Man. He was remembered with a monocle.
I've always thought he had a monocle.
He does not. He never had one. Right? I always thought he did too. Oh my gosh. Dennis Leary's birthday is August 18th.
And?
My birthday's August 18th.
Wow.
Just learned something new.
Look at that.
All right. So yeah. So the what's his name is like Mr. Moneybags or something.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that's his name.
He does not have a monocle.
Nope.
So my whole life is a lie. I don't even like the game Monopoly. Anyway, I get way too competitive and then I get bored and then I flip the board and I go to bed. I'm not a very good fun game player.
I can see you doing that.
Yes, it happens.
I don't want to play no more.
I'm losing. I'm not rich.
And that's when your daughter turns around and looks at you and says, Mom, grow up.
Yes. Yes.
See?
Accurate. Tell me that all the time. I don't know who's the adult in the house, the 7-year-old or me. So, the next one on the list is Sex in the City.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually Sex and the City. It is not Sex in the City. And people...
Okay, I can see how they would get that one messed up.
It gets better.
Oh, boy.
People actually have memorabilia. There was a box released during the first season that came with perfume and a whole bunch of little like memorabilia from the first season. It was almost like one of those ones that you buy the DVD with and you get the rest of the stuff. And they all say Sex in the City. Their perfume that was released was Sex in the City, named after the show, and it's actually Sex and the City, which is another big controversy because the producers had even released a statement saying the name was never changed.
So it's Sex and the City, right?
And, yep.
Okay, well, that's what I always thought it was. But if you say it fast, Sex in the City.
Right. But people actually have stuff.
People could get it confused, and you get pirated material out there. And
oh, that's true.
I don't think
good
it's
debunking.
See, I don't think it's a Mandela effect. I just think people are stupid.
Wait a second. I always thought it was Sex in the City. That means I'm dumb.
No.
Actually, no, I've never even seen the show.
Yeah, me either. I mean, if you say it quick, though. Hey, what's on tonight? Sex in the City. It could sound like Sex in the City.
You're right. That's what she said. All right, so we already went over the We Are the Champions.
Yup.
Curious George, the monkey, never had a tail. I always remember him having a tail in all the books.
I remember him swinging from like stuff in the bedroom
with his tail.
with his tail.
But he doesn't have a tail. If you look, like I had an old Curious George book that I bought at Goodwill for my oldest.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a tail. I am very offended.
Because he doesn't have a tail?
Because I thought he had a tail. That can't be something that we just made up. Or pronounced wrong. Or spelled wrong.
This is true.
Okay, cool. We couldn't debunk that one.
Nope.
So we already went over last week, but I don't, if in case we have any new listeners this week. In Star Wars, it is not.
This is where I got in trouble last week. So
I know, so let's be careful. It is not Luke, I am your father. Darth Vader never says that. He says, no, I am your father.
No. He says, no,
Oh,
I am your father.
excuse me, I didn't say it in the Darth
Gotta
Vader
say
voice.
it right.
Goodness. But he doesn't say it as Luke, I am your father. And even the cast from the first movie, once this was brought to the surface, even they thought that they were saying Luke, I am, like they remember it as Luke. And it was never like that. It was always, no, I am your father. I mean, how was it?
No, I am your father.
Yes, that's what it is. So that one was actually made a lot of my friends go back and listen to it. YouTube the clip and make sure that they heard it right. And they did not hear Luke, I am your father. So, the next one is the Kit Kat logo. Everybody remembers it having a dash. Kit dash cat.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't have a dash.
All right. I know it had a dash.
Never. Never. You gonna look it up?
No.
I know, because you're only gonna be angry. All right, so let's talk about the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood theme song.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Wrong.
Oh, look. Today we're going to put a little mouse in the microwave. Beep. Whoop. Pop goes the weasel. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wrong. What was the first line of the theme song?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Wrong.
Don't even. You're going to burst my bubble on this one. Now you're going to mess with Mr. Rogers.
Yep. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. I know, it messed me up too, because I love Mr. Rogers. Went back and listened to it, and I was very upset. Because it is this. That's what she said? What's wrong, Keith?
All right.
I was just reacting to his singing Mr. Rogers' name 30 seconds later.
He was just
Sorry, I'm just monitoring stuff in the background here, making sure everything's working well.
Well, you're doing a good job.
I know. Our mics are actually working this week, thank God.
My bad.
Anyway, so let's talk about Forrest Gump.
Okay. No, I didn't see the Forrest Gump one. Jenny.
What does he say about the chocolates?
Life is like a box of chocolate.
No. Life was like a box of chocolates. You son of a... Yes. Yep. Look it up.
Life is like a box of chocolate. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Nope. Life was like a box of
All right,
chocolates.
now you're really bursting my bubble.
I know. Trust me, writing these down, I was like, what? What? I did my research. I even looked up the scenes, made sure that this was accurate before I went and burst everybody else's bubble. So that one, I guess he was referring to, that's what his mother used to say. So he was referring in past tense. And I guess they do a scene. I've never seen this movie. So I guess they did a scene of him when he was younger and his mom said it. And she used the present tense. She used life is like a box of chocolates. But when he's talking about the chocolates and he has, everything on his lap or whatever, he says life was like a box of chocolates. So the next one is, we also touched base on this one last week, Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal never says at all.
Hello, Clarice.
Correct. He doesn't say that at all. He just says good morning. is a lot of controversy on this, but he didn't. If you watch it, actually, Sarah and I watched.
I got this
Hannibal.
one. I got this one.
What do you got?
There was a spoof. You know how like the movie Scary Movie?
Oh yeah.
In one of those movies, they did a little spoof on Hannibal Lecter, and he says, "Hello, Clarice," and then does the whole tongue thing.
Oh,
So
that could be it.
that's why I get confused.
But a lot of people went back and watched Silence of the Lambs or even looked at the clips to see, but no, he doesn't. So that could be what they're confusing it with. Mm-hmm. But the people that, like, my mother's never seen Scary Movie, the first one. Mm-hmm. She's only seen the second one. And she still thought they said, "Hello, Clarice." So I'm not sure which Scary Movie that one's in. I don't think it's in the second one. I've seen it way too many times to count, so I don't remember that part. Mm-hmm. But I watched that with my mother. Take my strong hand.
Did you do your homework, by the way?
About what?
You were supposed to watch Sling Blade.
I didn't. Sarah
She
and
didn't watch?
I watched It Follows. That was freaky.
I didn't watch that
It Follows.
either.
Is that sort of like Jeepers Creepers?
No.
I didn't watch It Follows, and I didn't watch the other one. I was a little preoccupied this weekend.
By the way, our radio listeners who are not watching the video, 860-626-5193. Again, 860-626-5193 is the number to call in and speak with Jim and Gina.
My tongue is swelling up.
Why?
I'm talking.
Anaphylaxis.
Yeah.
Get the EpiPen
Yep.
sticker. No, we're not going to go there.
Next. So, not even going to say that's what she said. So, he never says, "Hello, Clarice, here we are." No, I didn't do my homework. I did not watch that. Sorry. Sarah says, he says, "Hello, Clarice," in the Hannibal movie on the phone to her. Yeah, but they're talking about the scene where she walks in. Sarah. That's where most people remember it, is when she walks in. When he said good morning, a lot of people think that he says, "Hello, Clarice."
No. Sarah's close. At the end of Silence of the Lambs, after he escapes, he calls her on the phone. And when she gets on the phone, he says, "Hello, Clarice."
Yeah. Well, he says it in the movie, but he doesn't say it
right,
when...
not when they first meet.
Right, when she walks in to meet him, when he's in that, like, I don't know, what would you call it? I know it's a cell, but wasn't it, like, solitary, like, by itself?
Yeah.
So he couldn't touch her?
John says hello, Jim.
Hello, brother
Hey, John.
Hello, brother John. But when they first meet, she doesn't get introduced or greeted like that. She just gets greeted with good morning. So the next one is Fruit Loops. When I was a kid...
Oh, here we go. Now, okay.
On the box, there was only one pair of double O's that were loops. So they used the loops as on the logo.
You lost me on that.
Okay, so the spelling of it when I was younger was Fruit, and then loops, Loops. The two O's in loops were replaced with Fruit Loops. So it was a cereal in the spelling because they're O's. Mm-hmm. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. But it's actually spelled Fruit, Loops, and both sets of O's are Fruit Loops. I don't remember ever being spelled Fruit. I always remember as fruit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to Google this one.
Probably a good idea.
I really have no idea.
I thought it was, and then I was lied to.
I am Googling.
Is that like new slang for something?
Yup. That's what she said.
My computer is quite slow.
See, now you distracted me, and I was Googling Google.
I do that sometimes.
There's kind of a
wait.
reason why it's slow.
Google Fruit. You did?
All right, so on here it's Fruotloops. Let's pull up the Wikipedia.
All right, I'll click on that too.
Yes,
One of the first ones is it fruit or loops? I mean, is it fruit or fruit?
Isn't that
What?
Fruity Loops?
On the first Google search, is it fruit or Fruot?
Fruot.
No, I'm just saying it's one of the first searches on Fruit Loops. Is it this or that?
Yeah, it's
It never says it was ever changed. It was created in 1963. That's a good... Is it fruit or fruit? Let's see. People also asked. The cereal pieces are ring-shaped, hence the loops, and it came in a variety of bright colors and blend of fruit flavors, hence the FROOT, a cacography of fruit. However, there is no actual fruit in Fruit Loops, and they were all the same flavor. What? They're all the same flavor?
Most of them are. It's all psychological.
This is the worst day of my... I'm going home throwing out all my Fruit Loops and my Fruity Pebbles.
You know the mushrooms and Lucky Charms all taste the same too?
The mushrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew that. What?
It's the same thing with Trix. Trix all taste the same too, for Christ's sakes.
We're not allowed to have any of that in our house. I feel betrayed.
Gina's been violated here on Arrowhead Paranormal.
Oh my goodness. I'm actually really offended now. Now I'm really offended for myself. They're all the same flavor. I used to pick out the ones I didn't like.
Oh my god.
I liked them all. Hi, Naomi.
Wow. I'm not going to get that one because I don't like that flavor.
That's terrible. Maybe it was just psychological. I didn't like the color. Wow.
This is great.
Wow.
You can't make this stuff up.
Man, she's just lost her friggin' mind.
I don't even
She
know
just
if I
went
can,
fruity.
I don't know if I can I don't know if I can continue with the show. I have to go
She's
home.
gone.
I'm feeling ill.
Yeah.
She's gone fruity over Fruit
Ooh,
Loops.
someone's calling me. Should I answer it?
Wait, how come they're not calling the studio line?
No, I don't know who it is.
Answer them,
answer.
put them on the air.
Hello, you're on the air with Gina and Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong number.
That's okay. Goodbye. Guys, they had the wrong number, and I think that they are maybe were looking for me, but I don't think so. But I hung up on them anyway.
The robocalling's been out of control lately.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. Even CVS has been sending out robocalls, and people have been getting really angry.
No, I mean like the robocalls. Have you lost your student debt, or do you have student debt and car insurance and just ridiculous?
John, are you going to Scares That Care? I heard some people aren't going to be able to make it this year, and hopefully I see all you guys. I'm coming down on the Monday before and leaving the Monday after, and it always goes by too quick.
That's what she said.
Of course,
Sarah says Kellogg's is about to get a complaint call.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Hi, this is a
Whoa.
representative from Kellogg's.
Should I get the number? Should we call Kellogg's? Should I get them on the phone somehow?
Oh, my gosh.
I can do that.
Yeah, so can I. I'm on Kellogg's.com. You wait.
All right.
They can call up and pretend to be Habib and ask them why they don't, why it's all spelled wrong.
You kicked my dog.
You came in my yard and you kicked my dog. That was probably one of my favorite videos ever. So when you reference that for the first time, oh my gosh! Wait, they recalled Honey
Wow.
Smack cereal.
We got cereal and tampons combined. The new Honey Max by.
Oh my god, they're honey scented. Ew. So.
Speaking of honey, I bought some raw honey today for my allergies.
That's what you bought it for.
Yep.
So they have oh my goodness. So Honey Smacks was recalled. Public service announcement for everybody who eats Honey Smacks. They were recalled with code dates listed below. Just Google it, guys. I'm not reading them off. Because these products have traces of salmonella.
Ew.
Wow.
Aren't those little lizards that run around under rocks?
Yes. That's what I thought they were.
Fuck.
They have little, open up a box and just go at you. That's a snake, but that was the best I could do. All right. Ooh, I got a number. Contact us. Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wow. Let me know when you're ready. I'll call them.
What's the number?
1-800.
Oh my God.
962.
Why are we calling him?
1413. We're complaining.
Who are we calling?
Kellogg's.
Apparently.
Oh my God.
Hello, and thank you for calling Kellogg Consumer Affairs. Our family of brands includes
This is
Kellogg,
fantastic.
Keebler,
Hi, Tom.
and Morningstar Farms products.
Kellogg's, you're about.
If you know your party's extension.
One, or stay on the line.
Do you want me to pull this until someone gets on the phone?
No. No.
Oh, my
Thank you
God.
for your call. We have recalled our Honey Smack.
Told you guys.
Product codes affected are
Oh.
38000
And this helps me how?
39103 in the 15.3 ounce size. and
Oh, they gave me sizes.
14810 in the 23-ounce size. No other products are affected.
Phew.
If you have
God, I can eat my
affected
all
products,
same flavored
please wait on
Fruit
the
Loops
line
in peace.
Speak to a specialist. If you would prefer not to wait, for more information, please visit
Kellogg's.com. Recall.
Honey Smack
Oh,
Recall.
wrong.
Honey Smacks are the best.
We offer answers
Apparently
to
not.
many
They have
frequently
salmon in
asked
them.
questions and offer helpful information on our
Let
online
me pull this
community
you
at
guys and talk until I get someone on the phone.
community.kelloggs.com.
All right, sounds good. Bye.
For questions,
What are we going to ask him?
Bust their asses.
Why Fruit Loops has all the same flavors if they've always had it? Oh my God, I'm gonna ask them if Fruit Loops was ever spelled F-U-R-U-I-T.
What?
Yep, I'm gonna ask them if Fruit Loops was ever spelled F-R-U-I-T or if it's always been
Okay, well, that's better, because that's not what you
F-R-O-O-T.
said a minute ago. You added like an extra U in there or something.
F-R-U... Listen, my tongue hurts.
F-R-U-I-U-T.
F-R-O-W-I-T. Fruit. Lost the spelling contest. All right, so let's go on to the next, while we wait for Kellogg's to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
So, I know, I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. So, the next one is interview with blank vampire.
Interview with a vampire.
It's actually interview with the vampire. Busted. Yeah. I see that little smirk over there.
I'm going to look up the book. Are we talking about the movie or the book?
Both. They're both the same.
They're both the same. They're both interview with the vampire, not interview
Yes.
with a vampire.
Who wrote it? Bram Stoker?
No,
Same thing.
that's the original Dracula. This
Oh.
was Anne Rice.
Anne Rice. Interview with the vampire. By Anne
Damn
Rice.
you, Anne Rice.
I know. Why couldn't it be? Yep, it's interview with the vampire. And I'm looking at the book cover. I know you guys at home aren't. Sarah said salamanders? WTF? So, yep, it's interview with the, not a. I always thought it was a, and I've been lied to. All right, so the next Mandela effect. Oh, we already did the Queen and Snow White. So Chick-fil-A. A lot of people remember it as CHIC -FIL -A. Or CHIK -FIL -A. It's actually chick, like CHICK, filet. And I always thought it was CHIC.
I can't comment because we have one in the casino, and I've
Well,
seen
I walked by
it.
I walk by it and I still think it's CHIC. I don't see the K. So I'm going to go in there and be like, dang.
Did you hear about that turd that got shot and killed down in Florida?
No.
Making a big deal because this rapper got shot and
Oh,
killed.
yeah, XXX something.
Triple extension or something stupid. And, I don't wish death on anybody. But apparently this guy had just beat the hell out of his pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah, she posted that people need to stop speaking for her and she lost somebody really close to her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not how I would feel. I'd be safe.
Yep.
However, I don't know who this is, and I wasn't paying attention to the death of him because I don't have a taste in crappy music. So that was not the first thing that I woke up to was, oh my gosh.
Right.
So I didn't know who he was. I actually had to Google him.
Yeah, I've never heard of him either.
I guess he has some pretty decent music, but I probably don't think so.
I've never heard of him.
No, me either.
I've never heard of him.
No, and it's not. He almost looks like the Joker
Yeah.
in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The next one is just a spelling error, really. It's about Hillary Clinton. Is it Hillary with 2 L's or 1 L?
Two.
See, I always thought it was 1,
2 L's.
but I'm pretty sure it's actually 2.
K-I-L-L-A-R-Y.
Hillary.
Hillary.
I guess it's 2 L's, but a lot of people, there was like news articles released where it was 1 L, and somebody, I guess a campaign that was run. Again, it could just be a misspelling error, but a lot of people strongly believe it's only 1 L.
Oh my God.
What?
This is so bad, but it's funny. I got a picture of Steve Irwin.
Oh.
You know, the crocodile hunter?
Yeah, he died from a stingray, but I love
It
stingrays.
says wear sunblock, they said, protects you from harmful rays.
Get the hell. I'm done. I am leaving. This is too much for me.
Yeah, that was bad. It's funny. It's funny as hell, but it's bad.
So the next one.
Yep.
My pants are too tight. The next one is chartreuse.
What?
What color do you think chartreuse is?
I don't even know what the hell chartreuse is.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Pause.
Guys, we got Kellogg's.
Perfect.
That's all you, Gina.
You're on.
Hi. I just actually had a question for you.
Okay, before we continue, I do want to let you know that this call may be monitored and recorded for training purposes.
That's okay. You're on a radio show.
Oh,
Yep, surprise. Okay, so I have a question for you. We're actually doing a study, and our show's about the Mandela effect. Have you ever heard of that?
no.
Okay, so the Mandela effect is people think that something is one way when really it's another. So we're calling you because one of the Mandela effects has to do with Fruit Loops. So a lot of people think that it's spelled Fruit. But when you look it up online on Kellogg's.com, it looks like it was never spelt that way. It always looks like it was spelled Fruit. Has it ever been Fruit?
Let me just take a look here.
Sure. Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Okay, from the information I have in my system, it's always been spelled as Fruit.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. You actually helped us out a lot. It actually just kind of proves that people think one way
Now,
and not
what
the
about
other.
the flavors issue? You thought all that they were all different
Yeah,
flavors.
I actually was reading online that all Fruit Loops in the box are all the same flavor. And I was kind of offended. Are they really all the same flavor?
Let's see here. So although the loops are different colors, they do not have the different flavors. All the Fruit Loops share the same delicious fruity flavor.
All right, well, thank you so much for answering those questions for us.
You're welcome. Anything else I can assist you with, guys?
Nope, that's it.
All right, you guys have a wonderful day.
You too, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Clear.
So shouldn't we just call it loops? That'll settle everything. We'll call it loops.
Just loops. We're just going to call it loops.
Kellogg's loops.
Wow. I'm actually really excited. She was like, oh, okay.
Rob, what's going on, buddy?
Hi, Rob.
DJ Rob will be doing karaoke
Hi, Dad.
every Thursday night at the Lansdowne Pub. Come check out Rob. He's a little on the fruity side.
Robert
but,
says that you are a Fruit Loop.
yeah,
Wow,
no,
welcome to the conversation.
You're a day late, $1 short on that one, Keith.
I know.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. I'm still in shock that we actually just called Fruit Loops. That was kind of cool.
I sat on hold for like 20 minutes waiting for someone to answer.
All right, we didn't call Fruit Loops. We called Kellogg's, but same thing.
Sarah goes, she needs to go back to orientation. Shouldn't she know that? I mean, yes,
Right?
but at least she had the answer for us and didn't just give us an I don't know. At least she
Yep,
was like, yeah, hang
absolutely.
on 1 second. Let me check. And she actually confirmed that it was always Fruit. And I always remember as Fruit. That is nuts. She
So-
might have Googled it herself, Sarah. Who knows?
So the next time you eat some Kellogg's Loops, just remember there's no fruit in the loops.
There's no fruit in the loops. Okay, so let's get back to the other Mandela effect before we talk to Kellogg's. So, chartreuse. If you could think of a color, what color would you think that is?
Chartreuse?
Yes.
How in the hell do I you know, if it's not green, blue, purple, red, what is it?
Okay, so a lot of people thought chartreuse was a reddish, purplish color. Even kids, when they were younger, they were asked.
Well, I'm going to say most people don't know what the hell it is.
So it's actually a bright shade of yellow-green. And a lot of people, when they were Crayola did a test, and they lined out crayons with no labels on them. And they asked kids to pick out chartreuse, and most of them picked out a reddish purplish. Some of them didn't really know what they were looking for, and some just picked out the yellow or green. They did this with adults, too. They unwrapped all the crayons, they put chartreuse actually in there, they put a reddish purplish, and then they put standard colors, and they asked them to pick chartreuse. And more adults picked a reddish purplish than a green yellow. And they even narrowed it down to both of the same. So the yellow, green. Robert said teal. It's more of like
it's blue.
It's actually a
Blue.
well, yes, teal's a blue, but yellow green. It'd be more like if you picked up a spring green crayon. It's just a little bit shaded darker than that. I actually know this because I watched Trading Spaces, and this girl was obsessed with chartreuse, so she had chartreuse curtains, rug, accents. So I kind of know what it was. I always thought chartreuse was a purple color because when we watched, there's something called Play With Me Sesame. My kids used to watch it all the time. It was just a couple of the puppets that would they had their own little show, and it was for babies mostly, because most babies don't really want to watch Sesame Street with people. And one of the little girls' one of the little girl puppets, I don't even remember her name. She's pink and has yellow hair. And she talks in a squeaky voice, and she has a blue dress.
They all talk in a squeaky voice.
Anyway, that's not true. Cookie Monster does not.
Oh my God.
So that was my best impression. You can catch me.
Why do you make fun of the Cookie Monster? The Cookie Monster, he's good for my business.
I love Cookie Monster.
He eats a lot
Actually,
of Slurpee.
I don't. I like. Robert said I failed the colorblind test in the military. So the girl said that her favorite color was chartreuse, and I always thought it was a purple color. Because the colors flash behind her. Good job, Naomi. Naomi sent me a picture and said this color, and she sent me a picture of a bike that's chartreuse. So good for you, Naomi, for being on top of things. So a lot of people think it's a reddish purplish, but really it's a shade of yellow green, so they feel like they've been lied to. Another Mandela effect. I didn't write this one down, but it just popped into my head because I saw that my dad was watching. When I was in high school, I asked my parents how to spell dilemma. And they told me D-I-L-E-M-M-N-A or M-N-A. There was an N in it. And
D-I-L-E-M-A.
It's two M's. But, yes.
There's no, and that would be dilemma.
Dilemma, that's what I said. And my dad and my mom were so sure that it was with an N. And I Googled it.
That
and
just goes back to the not hearing.
Dilemma. Well, that's how they were taught in school. Was it had an N in it. So like when they did spelling tests, that's how they were taught. With an N. And see, is it dilemma or dilemma? They thought it was D-I-L-E-M-N-A, but it's actually D-I-L-E-M-M-A. So, someone said on this blog, I'm just reading, I just clicked on the first one. It happens to be quick and dirty tips, do things better. So here we are. I was taught the wrong spelling in school, and when I got older and checked the dictionary, I was shocked to find that the word is actually spelled D-I-L-E-M-M-A. Further, the only correct spelling is D-I-L-E-M-M-A. It's not as if D-I-L-E-M-N-A is a substandard variant or regional spelling. Dictionaries often note alternative spellings and sometimes even non-standard spellings. But dilemma, I'm just going to say it like that, it doesn't even show up that way, just because I'm tired of spelling it. Dilemma comes from Greek di, which means two or twice, and lemma means assumption or premise. A dilemma is a choice between two undesirable options. A Google search shows that many people all over the world were taught dilemma. As far as I can tell, nobody knows why. And that's how my parents were taught, was D-I-L-E-M-N-A. I was never taught that way, and it's not in the dictionary, and nowhere around the world spells it with an N. Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts.
So that is definitely like a Mandela effect type situation or scenario.
We're going to have to wrap up the Mandela effect soon because we got to talk about Gina's Corner. Gina's going to discuss her vajayjay and whose business it is and whose business it isn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I only have one other Mandela effect anyway.
Okay, I got
So
a
this
couple.
one I left for the last one because it was my favorite and it blew my mind, I think, more than the Berenstein Bears or Luke, I Am Your Father. So Lucian, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm going to say Stanek. He's also known as the Red Spider. He was a vicious serial killer from Poland who preyed on young women. He also isn't real. Despite the countless articles on the internet and the details of the murders, the crimes were actually done by 2 teenagers. Regardless of the 2015 film documentary that debunked the tales, people still believe it. But there was no such thing as Lucian Stanek.
Well, I think it's pronounced Stanziak or something like that. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but he never existed, and people in Poland that story was told so many times that it's just one of those things. It's almost like if you tell a lie enough, it's believable. It ends up being part of, you just naturally say it. Mm-hmm. Well, these people even now, it's just been passed on so much that even despite being debunked and being, a public statement being released saying it was 2 boys that did it, people still believe that he was actually real and he actually did the crimes and they're just covering it up or what have you. How crazy is that?
Well, there's another one. I think it's a painting of King Louis VIII.
Yes.
And people insist that the original painting, he was holding a turkey leg in his hand, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
That's how I remember it.
You know what? Hey, if he wants to hold a frickin' turkey leg in his hand, whatever. But no.
Robert said he tuned in at a perfect time. So.
No, he's never had a turkey leg in his hand in the picture.
Isn't that crazy? Because
and if you think about it, what king is going to sit there and have his picture taken holding a turkey leg?
Because it wasn't taken, it was painted. So what if he was hungry? They had to sit there for hours.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't taken. The camera didn't even get thought of back then. But thanks.
Right.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Throw me under the bus. Right?
You're welcome. So he probably had a turkey leg at one point.
Yeah,
but I don't think it was painted.
He's a big man, so you never know.
Correct.
Get in my belly.
Yeah. So, oh my God, what's that from? Goldmember?
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Reebs.
I actually hate all of those movies.
Bite your tongue.
I can't.
Yeah, baby.
Nope. No, thank you.
Mini-me, stop pumping the frickin' laser.
Oh, those movies just kind of like gross me out and disgust me. Yeah. I only watched one of them from the beginning to the end because it had Beyonce in it and I was all about it. And now I'm like, I don't think I'd ever do that again.
And that was Goldmember, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to, I know we've discussed a lot, but if anybody wants to do their own research on Mandela Effect, you can go to alternatememories.com/index and it'll give you a list of all the ones you can click, and they have clickable links and they'll push you through to like descriptions and instances and all that other good stuff.
Hey, we're going to throw it out there too. If there's a specific topic that you guys want to discuss, whether we know about it or not, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. We'll find it. Let us know. Movies, books, paranormal, whatever.
Yep. And we are open to any topic. So, I mean, like I said, I do a lot of research and I'll write down a lot of notes, and Jim is really good at looking up things too. So any topic, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's something that's really important to you, but you don't want to publicly post it, like on the video stream, you're more than welcome to message Jim or I. And if it's not something that you want linked back to you, so if you don't want your name featured about it, but you want people to talk about it, whether it's to raise awareness or whatever, we are 100% okay with not sharing who gave us the idea, just specifically talking about it. So that's also an option too.
And a perfect example of that is the other day, I got an inbox request or question. And it was about acting. And this person was thinking of going into acting, and they're worried that they're going to have a tough time memorizing a full script. You don't memorize the full script. You have it's a itinerary. The movies aren't filmed the way you see them on the screen. It doesn't go from beginning to end. You could film the final scene before you film anything else. You'll have a list of what you're filming that day, scene 5, scene 8, and all you got to do is memorize what you're doing that day, which breaks it down, makes it a lot easier.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's some actors out there that can memorize a whole script. Me personally, not going to happen.
No.
So yeah, they break it down. A good one for that is Rob Zombie. When Rob Zombie directs a movie, he will give them, all right, tomorrow we're gonna shoot scene 8, and he makes it as easy for them as possible. So
That makes more sense, though. I mean, I can see how it would get overwhelming because, like, when you're in high school and stuff and they do school plays, they expect you to remember beginning to end.
Right.
And that can get misconstrued. But a 2.5-hour movie, that takes a lot of takes. You have to move to different places because everything's not filmed in one scene in one place.
right.
You have to go, like, some people travel, especially if they're doing a place that's cross country. You have some time to remember those.
And depending on the amount of cameras that they have, you may have to shoot one scene 7 different times from 7 different angles.
Yep.
So it's a lot of work, but it's really not hard. Not hard at all.
Yeah. That's actually really good information to know. Not that I plan on becoming an actress, but if I did, at least I would know. Naomi said, "Oh my God, Dr. Evil, perfect impression."
Thank you.
All right, so like I said, if you guys want to look up Mandela effects, you guys can always go to alternatememories.com/index. It will tell you a long list of the most popular ones, and then it'll have another little sub list with not as popular ones. But it does a click through link so that you can follow through and read articles and examples and stuff. So, all right, is it time for Gina's Corner?
Yes.
Yes, I have
Ladies and
been
gentlemen,
waiting.
It is time for Gina's Corner.
Woohoo!
Today, Gina will discuss her vajayjay and who has the right to tell her what to do with it. Take it away, Gina.
Can you do that every time? 'Cause that's fantastic.
Sure.
So, I've been wanting to address this since the beginning of the show. I've been
Since the beginning of the show. So you wanted to start addressing it the other day?
I know. I'm like, let's get a radio show going. We're about to go to Keith's. We just need to set it up, do a public broadcast real quick. We just need to get this going. So, over the weekend, one of our callers, Sarah, she came up and spent the weekend with me.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. So, a little bit of a backstory. About a month ago, I met her online, and we've been talking for a month. And I didn't tell anybody because I really wasn't sure where it was going to go. But then she booked her flight up here to come see me. And she was up here and we hit it off. It was fantastic. Of course, I respectfully told my parents and those close to me about it. But I didn't really publicize it for people beforehand because, A, I don't really feel like it's my job to have to tell everybody every little detail of my life. Although a lot of you people know I don't have a problem with that. I don't really, a lot of the times I share a lot of things about my kids, a lot of my personal opinions, and that, that's just what I do. I don't mind. I'm an open book. Nothing you say is going to, everything that's public basically isn't something that you're going to be able to use against me. It's not something that I'm going to be ashamed of if somebody brings it up. It's not something that I'm going to be, however, some things that people say will make me angry. So I posted on Saturday, I believe, a picture of me and Sarah kissing. And Sarah and I are not officially together. What is that?
Submarine.
I think so.
It's okay, keep going.
Okay. Callie just swapped my foot under the chair. No nails though, so it's good. So I got a lot of backlash for it. And, a lot of my friends were really supportive, and I'm really grateful for that. The people that are on my page that aren't supportive kept their mouths shut. I wouldn't care if, you messaged me privately and said, I don't really, feel like that's appropriate, whatever. It's my life. I will do what I want. I will like who I want. I will see who I want. And while Sarah and I are not officially together or officially dating, we both like each other. She likes me enough that she flew up here from Florida. Mm-hmm. We had a fantastic weekend. We went to a bridal shower for one of my really, really, really great friends, Sam. We went to the aquarium. We just had a genuine good time. Are you taking a video?
Cause it interference.
There's a dump truck or something picking up garbage behind us.
Oh. Yeah. Were you taking a video? Because I definitely made an ugly face.
Yeah. You made one hell of a face.
Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. So, a lot of people... Oh, Sarah said hello. So, a lot of people... I posted it, especially on my Instagram. My Instagram is public. So, that means anybody can see it. And that's fine with me. Again, like I said, I've posted pictures of my butt. I've posted pictures of a shirt that you could kind of not see through, but you could see the impressions I'd gotten.
You posted a picture of your butt?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Memorial Day. I had Memorial Day underwear.
Sorry, Jim.
Oh, so you were wearing underwear? I mean, it's
yes.
a bathing suit.
Correct.
All right.
But I got a lot of backlash for that too. A lot of girls that were supposed to be my friend screenshot it and sent it to my ex. My ex is like, good for you. Like, I don't understand what they're trying to get out of sending it to me. So
Right.
I posted a lot of me and Sarah on my Instagram. And that was kind of like my coming out. And I'm not gay. I'm not, bisexual. I'm not labeling it. I'm Gina. I like Sarah. I never have been with a girl like, Sarah. I've never been with a girl, period. So I look at Sarah as she makes me happy. She makes me feel safe, secure, happy, blah, 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 all that other mushy garbage that, couples feel. I'm not into mushy nonsense. So, but she makes me feel all those things. I don't look at her as, a male or female. I look at her as... Robert says as Jim.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Instagram right now looking for your
Jim
butt.
logs into Instagram.
Thanks, Rob.
So basically,
He knows he did too.
I know. On my Instagram, I got a lot of people. It actually started with one person commenting and calling me fake and telling me that I was posting it for attention. Then I had people bad-mouthing me and Sarah. I had people... I deleted them all, and they just kept commenting, asking if I was afraid that the truth was exposed. That's why I was deleting the comments. Honestly, I don't care how people see me. If you want to think it's fake, that's fine. But it's my business. What I do in my personal life, I share it with you guys. That's a privilege. It is a privilege for you to see into my life. It's a privilege for you to see anything that I'm doing, my kids are doing, my family's doing. It is a privilege. My Instagram's public because I don't have anything to hide. Mm-hmm. And I have always thought girls were attractive. I just never thought I would ever end up with me actually seeing one. And I'm grateful that Sarah, she made it comfortable enough to, I let her meet my mom. She met my dad. And my kids love her. That's what's most important. It has nothing to do with if it's a guy or a girl or what they have. It has with how they make you feel. But on top of that, not only were we getting a lot of backlash calling me fake, there were people in it that knew people that I knew, but I didn't know them personally. Does that make sense?
No.
So on my Instagram, these people that were commenting were people that I didn't know, but they had mutual followers of people I knew.
Okay.
So a lot of my followers were following them.
Stalker.
I know. Yeah. So somebody somewhere had to say, hey, look at Gina's page, sent a screenshot, and then one thing led to another, and I had 3 people commenting. People that, even one person, their username was Must Love Pizza, and when you click on their page, there's no pictures of them, but they were the ones with the biggest balls that were saying the worst things. And
she said balls.
Balls. And I could have said eggs or gonads or whatever else, but I chose balls.
You know what? When I saw it, I was supportive.
I know.
I believe my comment was, man, I'd like to be the meat in that sandwich.
Right.
Which
isn't, to me...
Anybody knows I'm joking around.
Exactly. But that's the difference.
Who wouldn't want to be the meat in that sandwich?
See, Naomi says it's about the connection. It's a beautiful thing. Naomi's one of my best friends. If she didn't support me, I'm just using you as an example, Naomi. If she didn't support me, she's my friend enough. She's one of my best friends. She's my friend enough to be like, Gina, listen, I love you and I support every decision that you make. This is not my thing, but if it makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Naomi supports me. Even my close friends support me. People that I don't even talk to all the time support me. But what really got me, so like you just said, the meat in that sandwich, like I know you're joking because you're close to me. Mm-hmm. All my friends are making comments like that, joking around, like no big deal. It doesn't, like I got my tongue pierced yesterday. And of course, everybody's reaction was like, I bet your girlfriend's gonna love that. But they're my friends. I know that they're kidding. I know that they're joking. I know it's just like just a sly comment. That's fine. But what bothered me the most, not the stupid comments. Sarah Beer said she loves me no matter who I love, which is fantastic too. I love you, Sarah.
She's got the best last name.
Sarah
ever.
Beer. Her brother's name is Rowan Beer, and they're twins. And on Beer Day, I always wish them happy National Beer Day to the best beers I know. So she does have the best last name. So I've been getting a lot of friend requests lately. I mean, dozens a day, if not 24 a day. And most of them have been people that are mutual friends with my friends, or people that are mutual friends with you, or people that have viewed our public video for this radio show, which doesn't bother me. I add people, and if somebody decides they want to, come into my messages and be rude or be a pig or be disgusting, I delete them.
How many penis pictures do you get a day?
None.
None?
Except for today. We're going to discuss this. So when this first started happening, I got a lot of messages saying, are you into girls now? Are you this? Are you that? Mostly from the people that know me but didn't really know me, or people that knew me in high school and didn't really think that was a thing, and now it is. And I answered them respectfully. But this morning I had a gentleman, not even a gentleman, he's not even a gentleman. I had a pig. I had a pot-belly pig in my messages. First he messaged me and said that my tongue ring was fire. And I simply said thank you. Because I didn't really know what else to say to him. Because, I get messages all the time, so I disregard them mostly.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I have no idea. My tongue ring is fire. It doesn't burn, I can tell you that, so I really don't think it's fire.
Okay.
So I said thanks, and then he moved on to talk about my, hi, Mom, I love you.
Mom, you might want to go away.
No. So, okay. So first he said, I have the feed in front of me. This is great. So he said, those tongue rings are too hot. And I said, thank you. And he told me he liked the ink. Little bad girl when you want to be, I guess, huh? With a devil face and a tongue winking face. And I said, haha, because what else am I supposed to, literally one word answers this whole time. So then he said, what's the feedback so far? Is 2 rings better than just the one in the middle? And I honestly answered it, honestly. I said, for me, yes, because I'm tongue-tied. So when I had the standard bar, it scraped against my teeth. So I had gum receding gum line, whatever that means. And I had to take it out. I had switched from a standard tongue bar to a nipple bar because it's shorter. And that still scraped because it had to be pierced to the close end of my tongue. So I ended up taking it out. He said that, he answered that and said he can imagine it would mess with my gums a little. He's thinking if I have any female friends that I mess with, someone is about to fall in love with me. Again, those are comments I've been getting about this ring for the whole entire time. Mm-hmm. And I said, just my girl who came up this past weekend, she had a tongue ring too, but it wasn't what it's cracked up to be, which I guess is TMI on the radio, but okay, here we are.
I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Oh my God. So, sorry, Sarah. So,
Sarah, you bad girl.
So he said he said he guesses it was no different than a guy and a girl. That doesn't really make much difference or whatever. He said that they're fun, but they don't make your toes curl or whatever. And I said, exactly. And then I said, I woke up and I could talk, which is fantastic. And he said, I bet that would drive me crazy. Sore tongue wouldn't go over well. And then he messaged me and said, so you mess with girls, huh? The girl I'm seeing does too. She's always telling me to look for someone to join in. And he said, I got a few pics of us if you want to see. Now, when you have an iPhone and you see multiple messages, if you hold your thumb down on one of those messages, it opens it and you can reply to that specific message. It goes right into the chat. So I held my finger down on the first one that I saw, which was that tongue, that would drive me crazy. A sore tongue wouldn't go over well. Mm-hmm. So I held it down and answered LMAO. And he said he was explaining this to his buddy the other day, that if you don't like seeing your girl with another woman or another woman in bed, you're either gay or insecure. And sent me laughing, crying faces. And I said my ex was like that, just meaning that he was really insecure and like that he didn't like seeing me like somebody else or comment on somebody else, guy or girl. So then that's what I said. My ex was like that. So then comes the video and several pictures of his girlfriend doing dirty things to him. And the message that he had sent me was, I bet your sexy brown-eyed ass in the mix would be fire. And the second I got that message, I messaged Sarah, and Sarah messaged him, and I was appalled. I want to know where somebody gets off thinking it's okay to send things without permission, to send things without asking, to send things that somebody's not being receptive to. I never once said, hey, let me see. Hey, this sounds like a good idea. Hey, let me join. Hey, let me ask my girlfriend. Hey, let me message her. Hey, let me just strip all my clothes off and send you back pictures. Like, no, I never said any of that. And I was utterly offended. I can deal with the messages that come in asking me if I'm gay or asking me if I'm bisexual or asking me if I like girls, even from strangers coming into my messages asking me how, if my tongue ring hurt, asking me how I like it. Like, those things don't bother me. If I don't want to talk to you, I'm going to ignore you. A compliment is a compliment. If you say something to me, I'm going to thank you for it. I have people that message me all the time saying, you're so beautiful, you're pretty, you have a good personality, and I say thank you. I don't know you, but that's where the conversation ends. But this guy was so appalling and so disgusting.
Now, is this on Facebook?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he just thought it was okay. And then he started telling Sarah all these lies that I was saying, all these things that I wasn't. So I sent her a screenshot of the whole feed, and she's like, you never said any of that. And he was trying to justify why he did it. There's no justification for doing something like that. First of all, you just sent pictures of somebody else doing things to you. Did you have her permission? You can see her face. Who else do you send these to? You can see her whole body. That, to me, you're lucky I don't call the cops. You're Steve, I would assume, is your brother?
Yeah.
He said, not nice to say that kind of stuff to your local cat lady. Yes, as the cat is walking by me.
So is this guy local?
This guy, actually, I can tell you where he's from. I don't think he is. I
I
think
was going to say probably not.
I think he lives. Well, I think he lives in Connecticut, but I think he lives like further away. So he lives in. No, he actually lives in Waterville, Maine.
Yeah.
So obviously, number one, he didn't do his research because it clearly says that I'm from Norwich on my page. But I think it utterly made me feel sick.
You know what? Maybe you should just change your page to private.
My page is private.
Oh.
But I accepted him because I had mutual friends with him. And I thought it was just because our radio show gets shared so much. I just accept people and then weed out the bad people. So if it's somebody that, like that, messages me and does that. But I think what I might do is turn messages off. As much as it sucks, but people know how to get a hold of me. The important people have my phone number. They have, they know my Instagram. But it sucks because even Sarah and I went through some stuff this weekend where there was this guy who wouldn't leave me alone on my Snapchat. And he was actually my sister's ex-boyfriend's cousin. So it's not like I didn't know him. It was somebody I knew. And I posted the picture of Sarah, and he messaged me saying he wanted to cuddle us and come snuggle us and to send him a picture of us kissing. And, Sarah, of course, went off on him, which I'm thankful she did.
You go, Sarah.
I know. She's got my back. Every time there's a problem, I just send it to her, and she's like, I got this. It's fine. But after everything was said and done, like, he wouldn't leave us alone, so we just kind of stopped. I blocked him. She blocked him, like, whatever. And he messaged me on Instagram this morning to tell me that your girl went back to where she came from. You can add me back now. And I was like, what don't you understand? I'm not. Like, I blocked you for a reason. You're annoying. And he's like, I have a crush on you. Just add me back. And then when Sarah called him out on his stuff and was like, what part of no don't you understand? That goes back to that people don't know what no means. Oh, Chad Saunders commented on Keith Mooch's video of you. Thumbs up.
Weather alert.
Ooh, what's happening in the weather?
I'll tell you in a second.
I'll tell you in a second. But at the end of the
We
day...
have meteorologist Keith Munch joining us live from nowhere.
I know. Oh, thank goodness. No
Nothing
thunderstorms.
urgent. That's great.
Cooler tomorrow.
Freaking sirens and bells going off. You think there's a damn tornado coming.
I know.
It's going to be cool tomorrow.
I know.
Jesus.
So he just didn't understand. And then because he didn't like what Sarah was saying, he reported her. And I said...
So he reported her, but...
He's a pig. I'm like, you just don't like when somebody tattles on you for being a pig. That's what you get. And so I reported him. I reported his page for harassment.
Unbelievable.
It's just, I don't understand where men think it's okay, men or women, because I have a friend who is a lesbian, and she has a lot of women who just talk very dirty to her and very bad to her. And it's just, I don't understand where people think that that's okay unless it's asked for. unless it's something that you guys are, talking about or something that seems to build up to that, it just sucks.
Let's drop the monikers. Let's drop the lesbian. Let's drop the gay. Let's just call them people.
I'm Gina.
Yeah.
I don't identify.
Hey, I know that girl. Yeah. She's a dyke. No.
No.
She's not. She's...
Me and Sarah hate that word. Hate that word.
Yeah.
That's like a derogatory word towards them.
Well, it is a derogatory word.
Yeah. So, I mean, being who you are, if people don't accept it, again, like I said, I don't care. Because it's my personal life, it's my choice, it's my business. It's not somebody else's. But I like sharing that with my friends. I like, being able to post a picture and see how much support I actually had. And at first I was talking to Sam about it. I was like, I don't really know I'm kind of scared to tell people, because I told her, because we were going to a bridal shower. I was like, I don't really know how to tell people. Like, I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to do this. Like, it's new. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't really know what's going to happen. Like, what if I come out and then, tell people and then something doesn't work with me and Sarah that, I can't take it back. And she's like, no, the people who love you will accept it. And she was very accepting. We show up to the baby shower. Nobody treated us differently. Not the baby shower. She's not pregnant, guys. I'm so sorry. Whoever's listening, I did not mean to freak you out. Her bridal shower.
You just caused a panic.
Oh, my gosh. Everybody's heart just dropped.
Do you know what? Yeah. It's 2018, for crying out loud. Just stop.
Right. Just end it.
It's like the racism, and the racism goes both ways. I don't want people thinking that it doesn't, because it does. Racism goes both ways.
It does.
Is it ever going to end? No. Mm-mm. Because as long as there's jealousy and greed, there's always going to be racism.
Right.
Just leave people alone. If they're happy, they're happy. Who the hell are you to dictate how they're going to live their life?
Right, because at the end of the day, Sarah's still here. Mm-hmm. All those derogatory words that were spewed at me, I wasn't like, oh my God, I should take it back and take down all these pictures and just go back to being straight. No, it didn't change that, and I didn't tell Sarah to go away, and I didn't stop, push myself away from her. And I was just talking to Sarah. It was no different, like, when they banned gay couple adoptions, when that was a thing for a while, where gay people couldn't adopt,
right?
And then they legalized it, and it's fine. Mm-hmm. I would prefer gay people or same-sex couples to adopt, because they have to think about it. It's not an accident. They don't accidentally get pregnant. Mm-hmm. They have to go through a long process of getting approved, of getting background checked, of getting fit for it. Like, they have to make sure that they have all the equipment that they need. They need to find somebody who can be a surrogate. They need to find, or they go to an adoption center. You don't just get to freely have babies. Mm-hmm. Like, my firstborn, she was an accident. Like, I'm pregnant. I chose to keep her, but there are so many people out there that don't deserve kids. The people that do drugs during pregnancy, the people that...
All right, let's not say she was an accident. Let's say she was unexpected.
She was a surprise.
A surprise, yeah, that sounds better than an accident.
Well, I mean, okay, but I still call it an accident because, oops, I'm pregnant. But it wasn't an accident to keep her. But it wasn't an ideal situation because I lived at home. I didn't have my own place. I didn't have... Mm-hmm. I love her, but there are parents that get pregnant and didn't want the kid, or don't love the kid, or give them up for adoption because they don't want them, where same-sex couples have to think about it. They have to think and prepare and plan. So I would rather a same-sex couple choose to adopt a baby. So that's why when the law was passed, I was super excited that they were able to do it, just because these kids are going to loving homes. They're always going to be in a loving home.
Right.
So it's no different than racism. It's no different than all that other controversial issues.
I mean, I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are bi. Mm-hmm. And by bi, I mean that's the only way they can get it. They have to buy it.
Or as in bi, don't touch me.
Or as in bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't look at them that way. I just look at them as friends.
Right, they're people.
Really, what they want to do is their own business. It doesn't affect my day-to-day life.
Right.
And it shouldn't affect anybody else's.
I mean, unless they're trying to include you specifically, then it shouldn't affect you. Mm-hmm. If you're married and they're trying to take your significant other, then I'd be a little offended. But other than that, there's no reason to bash them or think of them differently. They're the same people.
And it's just like, I mean,
I'm still the same Gina.
if a guy's continuously hitting on you, and they can't take no for an answer, they really need to evaluate the situation they're in.
They're setting themselves up, because no means no. In any language, in any situation, it's always going to be no.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no different than Sarah over the weekend with that kid that wouldn't leave us alone. It's no different than, we had discussed the kid that asked me on a date last week, and I told him no, and he just was very persistent. And when I told him why, he blew up. It's no different than that. No means no. Like I just said, I'm the same person. I didn't change. Nothing about me changed.
Yeah, you get your tongue pierced.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, you're right.
Say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I got my tongue pierced. That's the only thing that changed this weekend. Me as a person didn't. My personality didn't change. My heart didn't change. My physical appearance didn't change. I don't have cooties. I mean, I might have some cooties, but they're the good cooties. But other than that, I'm not a different person. I'm the same person, and that's just, I guess, people just have to suck it up and accept it. Or don't. I don't care. Delete me. So, that was a good Gina's Corner.
I knew it was going to. I was just saying, man, she's coming with both barrels locked, cocked, and ready to go.
I told Jim that this was being addressed today.
That's why we saved it for the end. I knew it was going to be...
Even though I wanted to do it in the beginning.
You know what else gets me? Riding up here. And it must be something in Rhode Island. You listen to a Rhode Island radio station, and all they talk about are these gentlemen's clubs and strip clubs and this and that. And then this commercial comes on for the only male enhancement pill that you can get that actually works. And it's only $29.99. Go to this website. Guys, your girlfriends will love it. You'll get 3 inches. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, is there really somebody stupid enough to believe this?
I know. You would think.
Guess what, guys? It is medically impossible for a pill to make anything bigger.
Correct.
It is a scam. It doesn't work. It's impossible.
It is.
Oh my God!
And they're just using all of their energy at the male strip clubs and the female strip clubs. That's all. So when their wives are like, "Why?" There's your answer, wives in Rhode Island. They don't need the pill.
Sarah said she had nothing to do with the tongue decision.
No, she did not.
Sure.
I tried to get her to come with me on Saturday, but that didn't work.
But Sarah, did you tell her to stop? Did you tell her not to do it? No, I don't think so.
No, she did not.
See?
But it's fine. Oh no, she did tell me not to do it on Saturday.
So you did it on Sunday?
I did it on Monday when she left.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a good decision though.
Once again, guys, just a reminder that Project Arrowhead is brought to you by Mohegan Sun's Big Three, Lansdowne Pub, Avalon Nightclub, and the Vista Lounge. If you stop over there this weekend to check out the cars at the Barrett Jackson Car Show, head on up, ask for Chris, and Chris will hook you up. And you might even see Gina. Gina will be around there signing autographs on Saturday night?
Saturday and probably Friday.
So Friday and Saturday. So if you want an autograph picture from Gina, just
print one out and bring it to me.
Print one out and bring it to her. We do not have the 8 by... Is my mic working?
Yeah.
Okay, it must be the headphones. We will be having 8x10s printed up. And hopefully Glenn will be back in the future.
We miss you, Glenn.
Want to wish you the best, Glenn. Hope you're feeling better. Hope your mom's doing well. And... if you need anything, you know how to get a hold of us. All you got to do is call. Know. We got you, buddy. We got you. Hey, Dave checked in. What's up, Dave?
Hi, Dave. That was a good show.
It was a good show.
We did fantastic, guys.
Man, Gina's Corner really
it takes off.
Whooped some booty.
Yes, it did.
But what are we going to talk about next week?
I don't know, actually. We actually don't have a topic. So if anybody out there listening is partial to a certain topic or a certain idea, please feel free, like I said, to either comment on the video or message either Jim or myself, and we will...
Rob says no Thursday love, Gina. He wants you to come up to Lansdowne where he's DJing, he's doing the karaoke.
So
we'll see Gina Thursday night. You heard it right there.
Wait a second. DJ might be taking the kids on Thursday night, so if that's the case, I bring them to him after dinner. I'm going to go home and get dressed up, and I'll come out for karaoke night.
Look at that.
Look at that.
And then you'll be able to get autographs from me and Gina.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
You can even take pictures with us because we're like kind of like celebrities.
That's only at
CBS.
At CBS.
It's all right. We're making our way. Like, that's like right next to the casino, so it's fine.
Because we're moving on.
Wait a minute. What CVS?
Uncasville.
What is CVS?
No,
No,
what
what one?
CVS?
Oh, I was going to
Uncasville.
throw something at you. Uncasville.
Yeah. That's where I work. I'm
So a
pharmacy
shout out
assistant.
to the Uncasville CVS.
Shout out to the Uncasville CVS. I love you guys. Even though you only schedule me one time a week.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you guys are good sometimes when you have all of my meds and I don't have to come back like a week later. No, I'm
True.
just kidding.
True. No, they're good. They're good. We just got 2 full-time people and my schedule kind of hindered. But all the kids go back to daycare on Monday, so I'll be back there.
So, yeah. Oh, boy.
What?
Gabapentin is now part of the opioid crisis.
Yes, it is. They're about
Get
to make
out
it a
of here.
control.
What?
They're about to make it a controlled substance. People
I'm
use it for
on that for the
Pain?
neuropathy.
Lyrica?
No, gabapentin.
Gabapentin is Lyrica.
Okay, well, they better not mess with it.
No, they're just going to put it on the control list, which means when you go pick it up, you're going to have to use your license.
Oh,
But that's-
control this. I'm sick of this
Yeah, what the
stuff.
hell's up with that? That's what I'm on for the nerve
I'm
pain.
not addicted
Yep.
to it.
How is it? It doesn't...
It's a pain medication.
It's over-the-counter stuff.
All right, you're being
What-
loud over there. Use your inside voice.
Okay,
That is
it's,
not over the counter.
Okay, what is gabapentin?
Gabapentin, Lyrica. Okay, so gabapentin is Lyrica.
It's a
Lyrica can be
nerve
used
blocker.
for moods. It's a nerve blocker. Can be used, and people are overusing it. They're overtaking it. They're overabusing it. They're taking way more than they're supposed to, and then they'll come into the pharmacy and say that they ran out when they should have had a 90-day supply, and they're coming in after 45 days or 30 days, and they're saying they're all out.
But this is not going to affect my ability because if this pain, if they take away the gabapentin,
They're not gonna take it away.
Listen, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore.
No, they're not taking
I'm
it away.
literally going to have to shut down this station.
Are you listening?
Yes.
They're not taking it away.
He
And
never listens.
I know. Putting it on an opioid part of the class, it's just going to go to a controlled substance, which means it needs to be monitored by all doctors. It's just not a prescription you can walk into a walk-in
God, this
and
is
get.
getting out of control.
I know, but it's not some. If you're regularly on it and you don't abuse it, they're not going to look into it for you. Because
Why are all the law-abiding citizens and everyone who just takes their medication like they're supposed to have to suffer because people that abuse?
I know. You don't have to tell me. I know. I work in
And
a
that's
pharmacy
my
every day.
opinion. That's my opinion, and not the opinion of United FM Radio or Project Arrowhead.
And that's just because you
Or
are.
Jim. Or
Or
Gina.
Jim, or Jim,
Or
or
Glenn.
Or
Or
Dave.
Bob,
or
Fred, Dave, Jack, Sue.
Sarah.
I don't know. It's just,
Sarah.
all this drug stuff's getting out of control.
I know it is. It's crazy working in a pharmacy how much you see and learn.
And if they can't get their drugs, then they go and they try that K2 and they're doing a break dance out in the middle of the road.
Correct.
I saw that the other day. Wow.
It's
don't
not
know what
funny,
that-
but it is.
I don't know what that woman was on, but oh my God.
Did you
missed
see
it.
the video on United FM of that girl running down the street? Is that what you're talking
was
about?
it? Ocean Ave or Montauk?
Montauk
Or-
Avenue, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that's
are people so
K2.
nuts?
That's what I'm saying. Wow.
K2 Shuffle.
And that's the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to Gina's butt.
What?
That's it. That's all the picture was.
Oh, God.
What happened?
We showed Gina's butt.
Someone, as we were doing the show, liked my butt picture. And coincidental that we talked about it.
Was it Rob?
No.
Rob, it was you. I know
It was you, Rob. It
You
was
found her
Rob.
butt.
Oh my God. Yep. So that's a thing. Anyway, if anybody wants to go see it, they can go find me at my Instagram. Although I'm probably not going
Just
to.
came up on the camera.
That's so. We're
I
bad.
missed it.
You did. You must have.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week we will discuss Gina's butt.
The whole thing. All
Did
of
she
it.
just moon the camera?
Yeah, that's what I did. I stood up, turned
You-
around,
you
and
didn't
dropped
see
my
it?
drawers.
No.
Oh, that's really unfortunate for you. He's like,
Daily,
Get me in trouble.
daily, dollar short.
no, nobody's gonna get you in trouble. There was no nudity.
All right, so come up with some topics for us for next week.
Oh, now I just saw it.
Welcome to the party. All right, everybody, come up with topics for us for next week. Message us. Do whatever you got to do. Just don't send us any nudes or
Rob says he will like it on a burner account.
Oh, I mean, all right, I guess. Fine. Yeah, so just don't send us any inappropriate pictures or derogatory messages, and you'll be fine. All right, guys. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to go see Jurassic Park. Woohoo!
This Saturday.
Woohoo!
Don't forget, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Ocean Beach Park is Ocean Beach Park Polka Days. Going all day. Go check it out.
Woohoo! All right, bye, guys.
See you next week.